you solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give to the court and the jury in the matter now pending shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Have a seat. Thank you. Do me a favor, just keep your voice up, okay? Yes.
All right, good morning, or good afternoon. Could you please state your name and spell your first and last name?
Sergeant Colbey Roy, first name C-O-L-B-Y, last name Roy, R-O-Y.
Okay. How are you employed, sir?
Currently by the Millis Police Department.
And how long have you been with the Millis Police Department?
Approximately 3.5 years.
And what's your rank?
Sergeant.
And how were you previously employed?
By the Medfield Police Department.
And how long were you employed by Medfield?
Approximately 6 years.
Okay. So directing your attention to May 15th of 2020, were you working in Medfield Police Department during that time period?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And were you dispatched anywhere in particular around 2:45 in the afternoon on May 15th?
Yes, I was dispatched to the area of Rocky Woods on Hartford Street in Medfield.
Where is that generally in Medfield?
Off of Route 109, Hartford Street is a cut through that goes towards Dover and Westwood.
And did you say Rocky Woods?
Yes.
What is that?
A conservation area, reservation.
About how big is it?
Approximately 450-ish acres.
Okay. So it's pretty large. Is all of that in Medfield?
Not all of it. Some of it does extend into Dover.
Okay. And on May 15th, when you went to, where did you go?
I met with other officers from the Medfield Police Department, probably halfway up Hartford Street, on the side of the road where they were all staging.
And what was your purpose in going there?
I was informed that they were attempting to locate a cell phone ping that was possibly in the area.
Okay. And what was the purpose of the ping, was your understanding?
But my understanding was that there was a missing, possibly endangered female that this phone belonged to.
Okay. And so then at some point in time, did you leave Hartford Street?
Yes.
And where did you go?
We responded to, I should not recall the exact address, Valley Road in Dover.
And who were you with?
Officer Bonadies, who at the time was our canine officer.
Okay. Can you just, for the record, do you know how to spell Bonadies?
B-O-N-A-D-I-E-S.
All right. And you said Officer Bonadies was the canine officer?
Correct.
Okay. And so why did you and Officer Bonadies go to Valley Road?
The information that we received from dispatch, the phone was pinging in the area of our Rocky Woods with a radius, a very large radius, and being that it was a large area of woods with people walking in it, it did not make sense to begin a track from the location with the canine where we are currently at. So I had asked dispatch what the address was of the location and if that address fell within the perimeter that the ping was coming from.
Okay. And did it?
It did.
All right. So then what was the purpose of going there with the dog?
So the purpose was to meet a officer from Dover there if there was going to be a track to be initiated into Rocky Woods, the most logical starting point would be the point of origin where it was coming from. Okay.
And this is in the afternoon, is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And so when you got to, is 29 Valley, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, so when you got to number 29 Valley Road, where, if anywhere, did you go?
So we pulled up to the residence and began to walk around the perimeter of the residence prior to bringing the dog out. And then I believe as we began to walk with the dog, that's when a Dover officer, Officer Marsher, showed up on scene.
Officer Marsher?
Yes.
Okay. And then what, if anything, happened next?
Officer Marsher informed us that he had a entry code to get into the garage of the house that was provided by family to check the interior of the residence to ensure that nobody was inside.
Okay. And at the point in time that you were speaking with Officer Marsher, were you aware that police had previously been in the home?
I was not.
Okay. And so then what, if anything, happened at that point in time?
So at that point, we entered the residence via the garage. There was a door that entered into a hallway, I believe, kitchen area, announcing our presence inside the residence. And then we began to search the first floor to see if anybody was there, which there was nobody there. We then made our way to the upstairs of the residence.
Okay. And what did you observe upstairs?
Upon getting to the top of the stairs, we looked left down the hallway and saw that there was a bedroom door that looked like it had been forcibly opened at the end of the hallway. The door jamb was splintered. It looked like there was damage to the locking mechanism at the end of the hallway.
Okay. And did you make note of that?
Yes, we did.
And what, if anything, happened after that?
So at this point, unknowing what the situation was at the time and if there was somebody possibly on the inside of that room, I believe I drew my department firearm. Officer Bonadies drew his taser. We made entry into the room to ensure that nobody was in there.
And were you able to clear that room as well?
Yes.
And when you were in the room, what observations did you make?
There was a bed in front of us, appeared to be bedding, sheets on the ground, noted that broken glass was on the ground, and there was a bathroom in there. There was nobody in the bathroom as well. And then we noticed that there was a purse sitting on a nightstand table.
Okay. And so what, if anything, did you do at that time?
At that time, I had dispatch make a phone call to the cell phone that we were getting the ping from, and they called the phone, which began ringing inside of that purse.
Okay. And while you were in the bedroom, did you touch anything?
No.
Okay. So what, if anything, did you do next?
At that point, I believe it was Sergeant Mayo arrived on scene from the Dover Police Department, and we informed him that it looked like there may have been something that struggle of some sort happened here, and that he should notify his detectives. And then we exited the residence the same way that we entered.
All right. I don't have any further questions at this time.
Okay, thank you.
1 minute, please.
Yes.
Apologize. So when you went in the bedroom, you indicated that you made notice of the fact that there was a splintered door. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That'd be the bedroom door?
Yes.
Top of the stairs, you take a left, go all the way down the hallway, and the bedroom is right there, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to approach you, sir, with a photograph and ask if you can identify that photograph. Is that a fair and accurate depiction of what you saw when you went towards the bedroom?
Yes, sir. That would be the staircase there.
All right, so, you and I would offer this, and then you can publish it, and then we can point out different things.
No objection.
Okay, maybe a minute. There's a number on the back, Mr. Worthington. Is that your number?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, wherever.
The exhibit 282 more.
Okay.
Thank you. So now shown His Honor and the jurors, the exhibit, this would show where the splinter is on the
Okay,
door.
go ahead.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you were pointing something out about over here.
Yes, I believe, so this would have been the staircase that we had come up.
So you're coming up the staircase,
Yes,
down the hallway.
correct.
This is where the Halligan tool was used to break into the bedroom by the police, correct?
I was not, all I knew that there was a door that looked like it would be forcibly entered at the end of the hallway, yes.
And when you went in, you had occasion to make an observation of the bed, and the bedclothes were in a ball, kind of bundled up on top of the bed, is that right?
I believe they were on the floor. There was some bedding on the bed, but there was some bedding on the floor as well.
All right, and you made observation that there was a lot of shattered glass on the floor, correct?
I would not necessarily use a lot, but I did see a shattered glass of some sort on the ground.
Okay. Where did you see the shattered glass?
I do not recall exactly, but it was, I believe, between the door and the bed, but I'm not 100% on that.
Okay. I'm going to approach you, sir, with what has been marked as C for identification, and ask if you can identify this.
Yes.
Does that appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of the bed that you're referring to?
Yes.
And you look in front of the bed area there, does that appear to be what appears to be clear items or glass or something of that nature?
Yes, from my recollection, that is what I saw.
Well, I would offer this, Your Honor.
No objection. Exhibit 283.
Thank you. Did you notice what was readily apparent to be a bottom of like a rocks glass, a drinking glass?
I wouldn't necessarily refer to it as a rocks, but some sort of drinking glass, yes. I don't recall if it was on the ground or where it was, but I do recall seeing
You
that.
recall that it was on the ground and one of you guys picked it up and put it on the dresser?
I do not recall that, sir.
All right, but you do recall that?
I do remember, yes, seeing a piece of the.
So I'm going to show you an item, sir, and ask if this is a fair and accurate representation of a piece of furniture in the bedroom and a piece of a glass.
Yes.
Drop of this.
No objection.
Maybe in the,
Exhibit 284.
And looking at that, sir, that would show, this is the window. You'll notice there's like a mermaid or something like that in the windowsill, correct?
Correct.
And this would be a piece of furniture in the bedroom.
Correct.
Looks like a pillow or blankets or something, right?
Correct.
And then someone had placed clearly a broken water glass or a drink glass on that piece of furniture, correct?
It would appear that somebody would have placed it there, yes.
Did you see that there, or did you see it on the floor?
I do not recall exactly. I just remember seeing
Okay.
the glass.
And that pretty much concluded your involvement in this investigation, is that right?
Yes.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Nothing further.
okay, you may step down, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
McLaughlin?
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would call Detective Matt Lavery.
Who is it, sir?
Matt Lavery?